This is Capital Games. I'm the Wiz.
And I'm Zero.
Zero. And today is the Weekly Dividend for Friday. Oh, God, what's the date?
The 24th.
Friday, February 24th, 2023. At least one of us is prepared, huh? So normally we would do, we had the State of Play yesterday, and normally we would have done a video on that, but I had some issues, so I had to deal with those. So we're going to go over the State of Play from yesterday, as well as some miscellaneous bits and bobs that happened throughout the week. But first, before we get started, we are playing Diablo 3. Now, you're probably wondering, Wiz, why are you playing such an old game, especially when the new one's coming out in, 3 months? Well, the reason why is because they have a new season, and they are making some drastic changes. And from what it looks like, the changes they're making might go into what's going into Diablo 4. So I thought it would have been a neat idea for me and Zero to roll a new character and go ahead and try out the new season of Diablo 3. Zero, you are playing Necromancer, is that correct?
Yeah, mostly because I like playing minion master builds in these kind of games. Mostly because I love getting into wacky shenanigans with minion master builds.
All right. And I am playing Crusader, so I'm going to be probably more of a tanky kind of character. I don't think there really is a type of character in this game, really. You just click and make things go boom. But anyway, why don't we get started before we start looking at what we're going to do here? Why don't we get started with what happened at the State of Play? So the State of Play was yesterday, and overall, the talk around it is, I would say, kind of negative. I was going to be charitable and say mixed, but it really isn't. Not a lot of people were happy with what Sony showed this time. So, what were your thoughts of the stream overall right now?
Overall, I mean, it seemed like it was okay, but I mean, just at the same time, it was kind of like, okay, well, some of the stuff they could have done a little bit better with. They could have done a little bit better with kind of driving the hype and everything, like the VR stuff.
Yeah.
I had talked pre-show that with PSVR coming out literally next Tuesday, if they were trying to drive the hype, they should have been driving the hype since like a month ago, and just all of a sudden, hey, here's a giant like drop of PSVR trailers and stuff. It's like, okay, well, that's nice, but you guys could have been working on the hype much sooner. But hey, whatever. Just I guess you guys wanted to go ahead and do a giant like hype rush now. But hey, you guys do you. But I mean, that was kind of my opinion on the matter.
Yeah, let's get into what exactly they showed off. And the first thing they showed off was the PSVR 2 stuff. And to me, it's not like any of what they showed off moved the needle at all. So if you were going to think, well, they were probably waiting for a big splash in order to show off the PSVR 2 in the first week, a week before it's going to come out. It didn't seem like that. So the announced games that they showed were the Foglands, Green Hell VR, Synapse, Journey to Foundation, and Before Your Eyes. I think Before Your Eyes was the one that looked the most interesting. But another thing that I've noticed here on these VR games is, technically, I don't see anything that can't be made into a non-VR title. I know Green Hell is a non-VR title already. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I believe that's the case, but for me it was just like, okay, Green Hell's neat, but just I'm not really into the whole like story-based version of Survivor. The reality TV show is just like, okay, well that's kind of cute, but just definitely not my kind of game, but sure, whatever.
Yeah. And then the rest of them, I mean, they were fine for what they were. But at no point were I looking at any of these games going, oh, that's a reason to get a PSVR 2. Which I think is what Sony kind of needs right now. Unless you just so happen to get a few updated titles that happen to be PSVR 2 compatible. So in the terms of getting games that will make people want to get a PSVR 2, I think that was not a good showing at all. Maybe if you know you're getting a PSVR 2, then you might see some good in it. But other than that, I didn't find not much interesting when it came to the PSVR 2. And is there more you want to add with the PSVR 2? I'll let you go through
in my
first.
opinion, I think they would have been better off just doing like mega PR blitz a month ago and just saying, hey, we're doing a state of play thing, and it's going to be like it's going to be strictly dedicated to PSVR stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that would have resulted in just something much better. Something much better for just PSVR as a whole. And yeah, just as mentioned, just I feel that this was just kind of bad timing for them to sort of procrastinate and just go, hey, guys, we've got this new PSVR thing coming out in a week. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that's kind of my opinion on the matter. I mean, some people may not agree, but that's kind of my opinion on the matter. That just they would have been better if they had just done the preparation work and just gone ahead and just set everything up and said, hey, we're PSVR is coming out a month from now, and we'd like to show it off because we think it's cool, and to procrastinate and wait until literally 1 week before this new VR toy comes out. It's just like, yeah, you guys are really procrastinating. This is not going to do you any favors. And
Hey, follow me.
Oh, yep. And I just fear it's going to be a repeat of the PlayStation Vita all over again.
Yeah. Well, let's hope not, but with the way, and we've talked at length with the PSVR 2 and its pricing, but as long as that pricing is as big as it is right now, without a quote-unquote killer app, you're not going to get much sales on this. So, and this comes out next week, correct?
Yeah, next Tuesday, because the launch date is the 28th.
Okay. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens with this. Don't tell me we were supposed to do something at the beginning. Oh my god. Yep, that's exactly what we did.
Yeah,
All right.
No big deal.
Yeah, we leveled up, whatever.
But yeah, so as said, just it's one of those things that I have taken a little bit of a minor issue with, that they should have just done the legwork, but at the same time, there isn't really a killer app for PSVR, and that's a bit troublesome because as usual, you need a killer app to get a unique device to sell, and if you don't have that, then you don't really have much of a compelling reason to tell people, hey, you need our device, because our device is like the shit right now.
Right. Let's kill this big guy before we get to the next story.
Yep. But yeah, so next announcement was Destiny 2 Lightfall, and it was more of a cinematic trailer, but I know PlayStation and Bungie had put out a little quality of life trailer, showing off some of the new quality of life features, and some of these things, it's kind of funny that Bungie's finally resolving them now. Like one of the big ones was, hey, we're going to be we're going to give players the ability to save multiple loadouts, so you can get your character set up, exactly how you want.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the Destiny community has complained at length that they wanted a way to build loadouts and everything, so they didn't have to say, hey, I'm doing this one thing, this is my build for this particular thing, hey, I need to get a particular build for this other thing, and um, and I know some people have like ended up making some third-party API related tools and everything in order to do that. But I mean, good on Bungie for finally doing something that the players have wanted forever. But
Yeah.
there was that, and then there were some other things. I didn't really pay attention too much, but mostly that's because I have given up Destiny a long time ago after the game had felt like an abusive relationship.
Yeah. I mean, I had my reasons to be done with Destiny 2, and nothing has really shown me a reason to come back to it. But I think the ones that are faithful to it and still play it, I think are sort of happy with what they're seeing so far. Or
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter and they're going to play anyway. But yeah, I mean, that's interesting at least. Oh boy.
Oh, there we are.
So the next game that was shown off was Chia, which is a game that was shown off a couple times already, if I recall correctly. If I'm correct on that.
It's been shown a couple times, and every time they didn't have a release date for it, so some people were just kind of getting concerned. They're like, okay, you've got the super neat indie game that you guys have been, talking about ad nauseum. So, just what the hell is going on? And of course, everyone just again kept asking, okay, well, just what gives? Is this game coming out soon, or is it somehow in development hell? And finally, yesterday's trailer finally gave a release date for the game, and so I mean, this is kind of great to see that be a thing. I'm sure people who like interesting narrative games are probably plenty excited for it.
Right. And this is it a narrative game, or is it just like a relaxing puzzle game? I'm not even sure what it is.
It's kind of like a narrative adventure game, at least from what I could tell, because it looked like they had some Zelda-style exploring of caves and stuff like that at one point in the trailer. So, yeah, if you're kind of heavy into narrative action games, this might be your jam. So.
Come here, kitty. Here you go.
Hi. Come on.
Ow. Oh my god, really?
Not ready yet.
There we go.
Come on, Hellfire, just be cooperative and die.
Come on, let's go. I wonder if I have other items I can whip here. Okay.
Yeah, I think by default the game auto-equips slots are empty on, so...
Yeah, I'm not empty on a lot of slots though right now. Okay, so let's move on to the next game that was shown off. And, well, the next thing that was shown was a bunch of PS Plus games that are being for the month of March. Now, when they do this at a State of Play, they don't have much. So,
Yeah.
they showed off March's games for next month, which is Battlefield 2042, it's Minecraft Dungeons, and Code Vein. I mean, all not bad games. Oh, we failed that? Why?
Yeah, we didn't kill him fast enough.
Screw it. Who cares?
But, yeah, just, I know the Battlefield announcement was kind of interesting, mostly because, I think EA has put out a big announcement saying, hey, class-based gameplay is coming back, guys. So,
Yeah.
So for anyone who's real big into Battlefield, that might be a point of excitement for you, I guess.
But honestly, if you were big into Battlefield, you probably already bought it. So, just the mention this is going to be a PS Plus game is probably not that exciting. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm back up, so it's all good.
Yeah, I might have to turn back the difficulty if we're having this much problems. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to.
Well, I think we'll be okay. But yeah, all in all, just it was just kind of funny to see them make a big deal about the PS Plus stuff. It was just like,
yeah,
wow, this might, this sounds like it's a slow time for you guys. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm injured.
Uh-oh.
Wait longer.
Uh-oh.
There we go. There we go. Thank you, Corpse Explosion. Always got to remember that. But yeah, so it was kind of one of those funny things of just wow, just you've got a major presentation and you're having to say, hey, PS guys, we've got some PS Plus games that are kind of cool. It's just like, damn guys, I feel kind of sorry for you guys because it seems like you guys are scrambling to get something to drive up the hype, and when the only thing you've got is PS Plus announcements to kind of throw onto this, it's not a good look, guys.
No, it's not. It's actually pretty bad, so... Let me... Okay. Come on. Okay. Oh, you know what I just noticed? With my keyboard, whenever I level up, it does a little light thingy.
Oh yeah. Some games have like some RGB shenanigans with some Blizzard games.
Huh. That's neat.
Yeah. So the next game I was actually kind of interested in, which was Humanity by Enhanced Games, the same guys behind Tetris Effect and the Res Infinite remake remaster thing.
Come with me if you want to live.
Okay.
I am
So,
at
the Sanctuary.
No, I'm at the Triage. It's called the Battlefields.
Okay. I'll just warp on you.
There you go. Okay, so yes, the next one that was shown off was Humanity. This was probably the most interesting game that was shown off to me. It looks like I think you. What did you describe it as? As a mixture of intelligent.
It's a mixture of Intelligent Cube, Lemmings, and Choo Choo Rocket.
Which, yeah, that sounds interesting. I love Choo Choo Rocket. I wasn't really a big fan of Intelligent Cube, but that's still interesting. But, like, Choo Choo Rocket was my jam. I love Choo Choo Rocket.
Yeah, and then the fact that they also revealed, they're like, hey, by the way, did you know that there's a level editor in this? I was just like,
yeah.
Oh man, I can see the puzzle nerds just losing their mind right now going, oh, this rules. I can do like custom puzzles and stuff. Okay, sounds awesome. Just kind of how wild the puzzles get, or how wild the like level creation got. It really kind of got my interest. I was just like, wow, holy shit! Just this looks like a really elaborate level creator. And then of course like just seeing some of the shenanigans that you can get your like tribe of humans to go through, like waging wars with laser beams and lightsabers. It was just kind of like, wow, this looks really neat. It's really interesting, and I'm all for this.
Yeah. Is this a PS5 exclusive, PS4 exclusive, or is this?
I think it's PS5 due to just all the like the mobs being absolutely mad and insane with the amount of density and all the physics related shenanigans going on. So I think that's why it's PS5 only right now.
Okay. Oh boy, we got a chunky one here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And I hit right into it. Good lord. Uh-oh, I gotta go.
Well.
Gotta go.
Oh,
Wait
Jesus.
longer.
But yeah,
Yep.
ultimately, for anyone who's into the enhanced games, this is probably going to be yet another treat for you. If you're not into puzzle games, then this is probably going to be disappointing, I imagine. But you know, just not everyone's into the same things, and you know, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I am not doing so hot.
Oh, well, it's okay. I think we've got it.
There we go. Level up. Now just get rid of these guys.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of missed the dodge roll from the console one.
Yeah. Well, the dodge roll is going to be in the Diablo 4, the space bar. So you'll have that when you get the PC version.
Yeah,
Okay.
so but all in all, just Humanity looks interesting. I'll probably keep a watch on it. I think the demo is currently out on PSN. So maybe sometime this weekend I need to see about pulling the download and checking it out.
An inspiration to us all.
Okay. The next one that we were talking about here is Goodbye Volcano High. It's a mix of. You said it was like a mix of a rhythm game, and a visual novel. It has some really good animation, I will say that. But other than that, I mean, this seems to be for a niche audience. I'm at the where am I?
Rackus Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
I see it. But yeah, I mean, Goodbye Volcano High looks interesting. Some people mentioned that it's got kind of a similar Life is Strange sort of vibe to it. So,
Yeah.
It sounds like if you're kind of into that, then yeah, just this might be something to check out and whatnots.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't really have much thoughts on Goodbye Volcano High, other than hey, you know, looks interesting. It looks like you've got some rhythm game shenanigans going on.
Yeah.
So, you know, hey, if you're into that, sweet, sounds great.
I thought this was named something else, or maybe I'm wrong. I'm confusing it with something else, but I thought there was something very similar to this a couple of years back that was announced. That I guess this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was this game, but
I want to say it almost sounds like you might be thinking of We Are OFK,
Yes,
which was kind of
okay.
another musical themed visual novel that had some rhythm game elements into it.
oh, okay.
I know that one came out a little while ago, so
Oh,
or either it came out or it's in early access.
yeah. Okay. Hold on. Oh boy.
There we go. Thank you, Corpse Explosion.
Damn, dude. Look at that. All right. Oh, you leveled up?
Yep, now I can summon skeletons. Yeah, we got Minion Master going on, guys.
There we go. Okay, let me get to the next one here. Okay, and the next one that was announced was Naruto x Boruto Ultimate Storm Connections. What it sounds like to me is they're taking all the Ninja Storm games and I guess combining them all into one game. Which, you know, if you're a fan of those games, great. That sounds really cool. And I know there's a big fan base for Naruto, or is it Naruto? What?
I'm not really picky on just
Okay.
how people pronounce it either way, but yeah, just the Naruto games. They definitely have a huge following, especially since they're made by CyberConnect, and they've been in the business of making these sort of like 3D brawler games with like very very good like narrative sort of setup. That if you're a huge fan of the animes, you can essentially get play like a summarized version of the anime and everything. So I mean, if you're really into that, then I mean it's kind of cool. So you know, just you might dig that sort of thing. But yeah, just if you're not really the biggest Naruto fan, then you know, just this may be a bit lost on you, unfortunately.
Yeah, like these types of game, like this game specifically, I know has its fans, but you have other ways to reach those fans to tell them what's being announced. Like this could easily be a million copy seller just by the fan base alone. Did it really need to be in a state of play? I don't see the point of having this on there. So that's the thing that like puzzled me on this. It's like, why is this here? Like I look at some.
And it's a bit funny too because I know for the month of February, Xbox has been doing a anime month sort of thing. So
Nice.
I would have thought that you know just this would have been more appropriate for like an Xbox partnership, but yes, PlayStation must have been dying for some sort of announcement for their state of play, that they were just like, hey, can you talk about this Naruto game, please?
Yeah. We need a waifu quadrant. Here, come on. Are there waifus in Naruto? Or
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I know some people like Sakura, some people like Hinata, so I know those are the two main waifus in there. I think one of the instructors people are hot for because she's got quite large breasts. So
well, that
that's a
always
thing.
does it. Yeah. I mean, come on. Who isn't a fan of large breasts? That's just makes sense.
So yeah, I mean, there's a contingency of the fan base that's kind of into that sort of an aesthetic. So yeah, I mean, if you're kind of into the Naruto fandom, then you know that might be important to you. But yeah, just I know a while ago they did like an Ultimate Storm collection game.
Yeah.
That comprised of Naruto Ultimate Storm 1, 2, and 3 together as like a mega anthology. So it makes me curious because I know that there was a game that was part of the Boruto lore, which features Naruto and Hinata's son and everything. So there's that. But yeah, just overall, it's one of those things that's kind of interesting to see, just sort of a mega collection sort of thing. But again, I'm with you that this was kind of weird to see it get massive focus. And I mean, it's like you said, granted, sure, just Naruto does have quite a big like mainstream fan base, but you know, at the same time, just kind of weird for it to get center stage attention.
Yeah.
For something that is frankly just a bit niche. But, you know.
I think the Naruto fan base is big enough where it probably would sell if you just posted it on like Twitter and be like, oh hey, we're doing this. It's coming out X time. Oh neat, and people pre-order it or buy it when it releases. I mean, well, maybe not with this one because if these are big fans, they probably already have these games. So, oh, coming.
Yep, you're good. But yeah, as said, I mean, there's definitely a huge Naruto fan base. But yeah, it was just kind of one of those things that I was just like, you know, just this could have been like more of a smaller announcement, and you know, just I ain't opposed to it, but you know, at the same time, anime games typically ones like that aren't really the biggest draw. So it just kind of had me scratching my head going, okay, well, you know, just in my opinion, this almost feels like, you know, this was something that they were just like, okay, we got to scramble for exclusives, especially with the Xbox Anime Month thing going on until the end of September, or excuse me, the end of February and everything. just seemed very, very peculiar to me, because I figured with Bandai Namco being a bit of a huge partner for the Xbox Anime Month stuff, I figured, you know, there probably would have been like a real big announcement from Bandai Namco for the Xbox Anime Month, to say, hey, check this out, you know, just you like anime? Well, guess what? We've got like news for the new Naruto Complete Storm, Naruto X Burrito Complete Storm collection.
Yeah.
So again, kind of weird thing to see. I'm not against it or anything, but yeah. Just, this would have been something I would have expected from the Xbox Anime Month to be promoted and everything.
Wow, these things are chunky. What the hell?
Yeah, these guys can be a little bit on the chunky side, but hey, just it is what it is.
That one's
There
done.
we go.
There we go.
There we go. Thank you, Corpse Explosion.
Damn.
Alright, and down. There we go.
Let me check my inventory real quick. Oh, a bunch of stuff I can't equip. That's nice. Alright. Alright, next one that was shown off was Baldur's Gate 3. I know you have this on PC, and that you've played a little bit of an early access. I mean, it's good that these types of games are getting console releases. So, again, not a game that I'm opposed to seeing on a console or seeing shown off. It just shows how little Sony had for the state of play. And what are your thoughts on Baldur's Gate 3 being shown off?
Again, like you, I was just like, hey, that's neat. But at the same time, it was just like, geez, Sony, do you guys just have nothing to show? Because you really need to have things to show off to get people interested in your system, especially if you're kind of going off on the whole, hey, you know, we've got this really sweet new generation system, and we want to show you all the cool stuff. So, you know, just here's all the reasons you should buy a new PS5, and it just doesn't seem like they've got anything that's kind of on the true exclusive point of things. And again, I mean, I get it, you know, just this console generation has been a little bit weird, especially with COVID supply issues and things like that. So I mean, yeah, I'm fully aware of just the fact that, you know, this is not a normal console release cycle. It's quite abnormal, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, just Baldur's Gate 3 again. Love to see that's coming on console, but at the same time, it's also coming to Xbox as well too. So I mean, it's not like it's one and truly a PlayStation exclusive. And I believe this morning, Larian did announce that due to complications on the Xbox version, they are having to delay the Xbox version of the release until sometime later. So there's that. Yeah.
Shit.
But yeah, again, just it's kind of like I said, just there's not really exclusives per se, and again, just I imagine whoever's working for like the PlayStation brand office is probably trying to scramble to tell the executives, yo, we've got some exclusive stuff and in the works or something to at least appease people. But yeah, just it was just kind of one of those things. It was like, okay, well, you know, just hope you guys have something to say, because you know, this is probably not great to see, but you know, hey, at least we got something in the works or whatever.
Right. Okay, moving on. Wayfinder was also shown off again. This is the free-to-play game from Visual Extremes, and I forgot the other studio who's doing this, but this is
Airship Syndicate.
Airship Syndicate, thank you. Yeah, I was kind of interested in this game, and I guess they were announcing that they're going to have a closed beta starting on February 28th, which, okay, cool. That's cool. So, You can sign up at wayfinder.com if you want to check that out. But again, another game that we already know about. It doesn't have much information. That's taking up a state of play slot, which, again, good for them on that. Good for the guys at Wayfinder. But yeah, like the more and more we're going through all this, the more and more I'm thinking like maybe they didn't have to do one of these. Like,
yeah, this is kind of like this is totally like a corporate job sort of joke. This almost could have been better off as an email.
Yeah, that is true. Ready?
Yep. Big old demon, come on, let's go. Okay, cool. But yeah, just Wayfinders. It's kind of like another looter style game. I don't know if it's like a Monster Hunter game. It was just kind of hard to tell from just that little preview that they did. So it's just kind of like, okay, just is this another Monster Hunter thing? Is it like a Borderlands looter shooter sort of thing? What is it?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure either. So, but me with my sickness of wanting. I think I'm dead. Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, I'm interested in it because I do like what Digital Extremes does, but I guess we'll see what exactly the game is. Uh-oh. Oh, good. Leveled up.
Thank you, Corpse Explosion. Come on, let's go.
Got it.
There we go.
All
Awesome.
right. Nice. Okay. Good that we leveled up at that point because I was about to die.
Yep. Hey, we got some better armor. Gotta put that stuff on, reduce my damage.
Yep. Okay. Okay, so we are going to move on to the next one here. Street Fighter 6 showed off 3 new characters. We have Zangief, we have Lily, and Cammy. I mean, at this point with Street Fighter 6, whoever wants it is going to get it. I don't think they need these slots, to be completely honest. But I guess to just show off, just talk about what they showed off. Great, like, looking good. Like, there's not much more to say about that. I'm at the Tower of the Damned, level 1.
Yep. Yeah, it was kind of funny because, of course, Cammy sort of got like a new design to her and everything.
She looks
and
good.
Of course, they really increased her musculature, and of course, what does the internet do best? They end up making memes about it. I saw a bunch of people going, "Mommy Cammy, step on me." I'm just like, whoa there.
Of course. Man, what is it with people wanting to get stepped on? God damn.
But yeah, it was just kind of funny just seeing the memes just pop up immediately after that. It was just like, "Mommy Cammy, step on me." I'm just like, whoa. It's like, thirsty much? Come on, guys.
These characters are looking really good, though. Like, I don't think I've seen one where I questioned the decision of what they made. With 5, I always had problems with how Ryu looked, how Ken looked. Like, there were a few of them that I actually enjoyed the way they look and they act. But in 6, they're hitting it out of the park, like, every time. Uh-oh. Need more rap. Damn, dude, really?
Yeah, just Corpse Explosion FTW.
And you're leveling up faster than I am. Alright, these are chunky. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Zangief looks solid. Anyone who's into grapplers is probably real excited to see that he's in the cast. Lily is interesting. I can't really put my finger on her. I'm almost wondering if she's related to T-Hawk in any sort of shape or form, because
Another
if
grappler,
so,
really?
then if she's related to him like story-wise, not like play method-wise, because there are lore nerds who are really into that sort of stuff. So yeah, it'll be definitely interesting to see what her story is. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
So after Street Fighter 6, Capcom immediately followed it up with a Resident Evil 4 remake trailer.
Yeah.
Which, of course, it's kind of interesting because this one focused more on sort of like some of the more pivotal story scenes that a lot of people remembered. And one of the particular story scenes was actually kind of interesting to see, mostly because of the fact that this particular scene tied with one of the announcements that they had made, which was, hey, we are not going to have QTEs in this game, so for anyone who is annoyed by QTEs, rest assured, you don't have to worry about those anymore. And in particular, that scene was the Krauser knife fight scene.
We're done with this area, so just so you know.
Yeah.
Don't move after.
I just saw you. Saw you kind of going after stuff.
I know, and I'm doing it again. Good lord. Okay.
That's okay. I'll just keep blowing up corpses.
Jesus. All right, I got an orange. And you leveled up.
Yep. But yeah. So the Krauser knife fight is huge in my opinion, mostly because of the fact that that was one QTE event that if you messed up one of the inputs for that QTE, it would kill you, and then the game would forcibly force you to start the entire movie scene all over again.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. Ruins of Szechuan.
Okay.
And we're gonna be
that
here.
That was one that had annoyed me to death, because I remember playing it on GameCube, and I wasn't the best at QTs back in the day as a kid. It was just kind of one of those things. It was just like, oh, press this button. Okay. Oh no, I screwed up. Oh god, why? And the game's just like retry, and I'm just like, okay, you know, maybe they start me off at a checkpoint. Nope, psych. You get to start that QTE movie scene all over again, dingus. And I'm just like, oh, game, why do you hate me? So to see them change the whole Krauser fight to now just a plain old boss fight was kind of nice to see. Some people might not be into it, but you know, just for me, it was kind of nice seeing them make good on the whole. Yeah, no more QTEs. So if you weren't into them, then well, you don't have to worry about them anymore.
I'm sorry, I have to change my skills since I put in a new type of item. So give me a minute.
No, you're good. You're good.
All right, provoke is still good. Okay. Oh wait, cleanse? No, can't do that. Okay. Okay, good. I can help now. Okay, and the final game that was shown off, or before that, Resident Evil 6. Okay, looks great. But this could have been something that either Capcom could have done on their own, or honestly, I mean, they could have had their own state of play with this game. But either way, it's a game that was gonna sell regardless. So another game that I think just did not need to be here at all. So, but
yeah, especially since it's not a PlayStation exclusive either.
Yeah.
Everything is getting it pretty much.
I don't think most of the games that were shown off were not PlayStation exclusive, as far as I can remember.
Yeah.
Jesus. Calm down.
Necro with the corpse explosions and the minions makes for a grand old time.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so pretty much finalizing all the stuff that was talked about was the new deep dive into Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
So, which again, just wow, it's kind of one of those things that was a bit sad, mostly because, of course, there was the 4chan screenshot leak, which everyone had said, "Oh God, this is one of those live service nightmares." Jesus God, why?
And a lot of talk on Twitter happened where it was revealed. I don't know if it was revealed, but I think people knew that this has been in development for quite a long time. I believe the number I've heard was about 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
So maybe this was a good idea. Maybe if that like 4 or 5 years ago. But after stuff like the Avengers and stuff that came out, this is not looking like a great idea after that. But yeah, I mean, the gameplay looks interesting, but does it need to be a live service? And that's the question that I have on this. Like, was it really necessary to live service this game?
Yeah, and and with the 4chan screenshot leak, it definitely didn't help matters either, because of course in that screenshot there were like 6 microcurrencies, or maybe there were 5 microcurrencies with one main currency. I don't exactly know, because I'm not in the beta myself, so I can't definitively say. Yeah, just things didn't start off great as it is with the screenshot leak, but then for them to come out and go, "Oh yeah, we've got gear scores and all this other, cool stuff, just we want to incentivize people into, building their favorite member of the Suicide Squad in the best way possible." I was just like, oh God. So we've got the usual rush for gear score now. Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
This is not gonna be fun to play. I can already see like tryhards getting real stingy with like letting people group up in parties now, going, "Oh, you're not gear score or 6,000? Okay, well fuck you. You don't get to participate in this endgame raid thing to get like the best and sweetest gear for like all of your characters or whatever."
Now, do we even know it's to that point though? Like, if it's gonna be endgame stuff or something along those lines, or is this gonna be? I guess that's the other question I have. Like, what exactly is this game? Because if it's...
In my opinion, it seems like they're trying to do what the Square Enix Crystal Dynamics Marvel's Avengers game was doing. Especially when they were talking about gear score in the little developer behind the scenes, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, now we have a gear score metric, and this gear score metric is going to, show you how much damage you can do against your enemies and all this other junk." And I was just like, "Oh great. Now we've got fucking gear score shenanigans, lovely."
Yeah. I mean, if that's the case, I mean, we'll have to see how it turns out. But after the Avengers and let's be honest, gamers are getting a little tired of these live service games. But like we've talked about in the previous episode, if the game is good, they'll play it. So it'll just have to be a very good game that people will want to engage with for long periods of time. That's the other thing. I mean, is this going to be a game that people will want to play for months on end? I mean, that's the other question I have. Like, why make it a live service game if it's not going to be that? But we'll see on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. I'm kind of like, on it. I mean, it looks good. It looks fun. But if I have to engage in all that live service stuff, I mean, it better be worthwhile. But if it's not, then they're kind of screwed.
Oh, we gotta enter the ice cave.
Yeah, I know. I see things to click. I click on them.
But yeah, overall, just my excitement for the game has definitely been completely deflated at this point, because like when I saw the microtransaction thing, I was kind of hesitant because I was just like, all right, just let's go ahead and just at least give them the benefit of the doubt. Just I'm not one to immediately shoot first and ask questions later, but yeah, just now seeing the ultimate result of the fruits of their labor being, hey, we're doing a live service game, and you're gonna have like gear scores and stuff, and just, oh God, no, just please, God, just this is not what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got a new sword, and it's a nice rare one. I'll have to identify in a second. But yeah, just unfortunately, just my excitement has definitely been deflated now. Because I was just like, I was hoping for something cool, but nope, we've got yet another live service game, and God, just I'm really not into it.
Yeah.
I'm just really not, guys.
That's a shame. Okay, so overall, the state of play, not really hot on it, to be absolutely honest. When the most I got out of it was, did this really need to be done? Like, did we really need to have a state of play? I mean, that kind of tells you something on that one. I wasn't really impressed with what was shown. And then on top of not being that impressed, I mean, it also... what was shown was kind of like, yeah, they're okay, but like again, I didn't really think it was all that necessary. Life generation. There we go.
Oh, cool! I've got a passive open too.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at too. So yeah, I mean, overall, I was pretty disappointed with the state of play. So, but that happens. I think, and if the rumor of a PlayStation Showcase is true, that's what they're planning on doing around May, then this will explain why the state of play was probably not that great.
Yeah.
Okay, so let us move on to the news stories that happened throughout the week that we haven't covered. So let us start with E3. Yeah, we all know that people are pulling out of E3, and it seems like today Nintendo confirmed that they will not be there, as it doesn't jive with what they are doing for their year. So Nintendo has confirmed they will not be there, but they do the same as every other company who says that they're not going. Is that they do support ESA and E3 in their endeavors, but it's just not in their wheelhouse right now to be at E3 this time. So. Yeah, this is not a surprise. I mean, they were at E3, even though they didn't have any of the press conferences.
Yep.
But at this point, does Nintendo need to have one? No, not really. So, yeah, not a surprise, to be pretty honest. So,
yeah. Though it was, I did mention this in the Discord server and everything, but my thought is pretty much the last domino to fall is literally Sony. That if Sony doesn't say that or says that they don't plan to attend, then this could be the linchpin that ends up making people reconsider. Making third-party vendors reconsider going to E3 in the future. So that's kind of how I see it. But just maybe that's just me.
Hasn't Sony confirmed that they're not going to be there?
I forget if they have or they haven't. I might have to double check myself on that. But yeah, I'm almost kind of curious, so I'm gonna double check on that now. Okay, no, that's 2021. Nope, never mind. Video Game Chronicle did say that PlayStation will not be there in 2023, so there you go. But yeah, just I think that's really going to be the big linchpin. If people just don't feel the need to attend E3 because your major platform holders are not doing that at all, then yeah, it's definitely not going to be great for Sony, because at that point, or not Sony but the ESA, because of course just you really want to make sure that you've got your major guys kind of attending everything, and if the platform holders aren't there, just that's just not really a good sign for you.
No, not at all. Okay. Since we are... Okay, so we're going to go to a new map, but let's get going with the next story. Well, our estimates that we did for the Hogwarts Legacy sales projections were apparently a little too conservative, because it looks as if they just crossed in 2 weeks 12 million units sold. And this is so successful that now WB Discovery has already announced that they are going to start basically, from what I read, is that they are going to now do a TV series based off of Hogwarts Legacy. We're going to go to Act 2, and it will be the Archives of Zoltan Kulle.
Okay. I gotta turn in some stuff real fast.
Oh, yeah. I'll wait here. But, yeah, we knew this was going to be a big seller, okay? But I was thinking, I forgot what the estimates that I said were on that episode, but 25 million was what I think I said was going to be the max it was going to sell total. Something tells me it's going to get bigger than that. Like, something's telling me that. Maybe we were wrong on that. But definitely... we knew this was going to sell well. I just did not think it was going to sell this well.
Yeah. So, and again, just I think it was either the NPD report or something, but it was one of the big journals had said, hey, we see that players are much more interested in big brands because big brands are reliable, and that's why just we're seeing insane sales numbers for Hogwarts Legacy. And for me, that was kind of like that's as obvious as just the sky being blue.
Yeah. But I don't know if you want to discuss it anymore, but if there is any indication that the drama around it had no effect whatsoever, or maybe even had a positive effect, that people started knowing that, oh, there's a new Harry Potter game? At that point, it's just, oh, wait, where are we going?
Yeah, I was going to say, we got to go the opposite way. But yeah, I mean, in my mind, it was kind of classic Streisand effect. It was just like, if you didn't want to bring more attention to this game, congratulations, you did the exact opposite. And
yeah.
Now this game has the big numbers to show for it, and I think additionally interesting was the fact that Avalanche Studios and Portkey Games did once again provide a hard confirmation that there will not be DLC for this game, which is kind of funny because, of course, you've got like a whole bunch of people who this may have been like one of the few biggest games that they've been following, and they were just like, oh my god, no DLC, this makes me sad. I want more DLC. I want more stuff to do in this game. And it was just kind of funny to see like that kind of excitement over things. But
I know.
Maybe this gets Portkey and Avalanche a little bit more funding to do more stuff. I don't know. Just I'm sure that there's probably some people who are just like please guys, please reconsider. I want more DLC. So I don't know if that'll happen, but hey, just we've seen stranger shit before.
Yeah, I think if they want to do like a small like mini story for like $40, they could do that. But yeah, I mean, it does seem like money off the table, or they're not making the amount of money they could. But let's also be fair here. We knew it was going to sell, but we didn't know how well. And maybe being presumptuous about it selling like really well was was something they didn't want to risk. Because let's say it didn't sell really well. Let's say it only sold, I don't know, 1 or 2 million copies. Would that have been worth to do DLC and make it right away? Maybe not. So maybe they were being a little judicious and just seeing how sales went.
Yeah, which is also a completely fair thought too. I mean, it's better to be conservative and undershoot your estimates than to overestimate and then go, oh yeah, you know, this thing that we basically put a ton of money into, it's not selling well, and you know, it's actually a bit disappointing. I mean, I think most of our listeners are probably familiar with the situation with Anthem. That was a huge egg on EA's face, because I remember both EA and BioWare had invested a boatload of money in going, oh yeah, this is going to be the biggest live service game we're doing, and you know, just we've got reason to really be confident in this. And then of course, when Anthem sort of kind of collapsed on itself, EA quickly decided to abandon everything and was just like, yeah, so we're not doing that Anthem thing anymore.
Yeah. Which, as much as it pissed some people off, I thought that was the right move. Because if you weren't going to make that... Oh my god. Because if you weren't going to make that money back in any sort of way, I mean, that I think was the correct thing to do on that one. So instead of putting all that money and wasting it more because you said there was going to be DLC... Oh, I know.
Going back at my corpse.
Oh boy.
There we go.
Oh no.
Come on, come on.
There we go. Got him. Got him.
Thanks.
Good. Good job. Look at that. Look at that. Uh-oh. Alright, we gotta stop, because if I keep going...
Yep.
Okay.
Just get us to a safe spot there.
He knew this corruption would eventually destroy his beloved church, and that he must take action. After much
While we're
prayer,
looking for another
Akan
place to
did
go,
away
let's get to the
idea
next
of
story
an order
here.
of crusaders.
Shinji Mikami is leaving Tango Gameworks. I guess it's not that surprising that a non-Shinji Mikami game is being made and developed with Hi-Fi Rush, because it looks like he is moving on. And from what it sounds like, a lot of people are speculating is this wasn't a thing that he wanted. This isn't a thing that he was unhappy. It sounds like he's retiring. That he's done with game development at this point. So
yeah.
Any more thoughts?
It's kind of interesting to see this sort of come up, mostly because, of course, I know when Ikumi Nakamura was kind of showcasing that Tokyo Ghostwire, a lot of people had thought, you know, just she was going to be his successor, and he was going to essentially just mentor her to take the reins over on Tango Gameworks. Mm-hmm. And of course, when she ended up just kind of leaving and deciding to go with her own studio, it sort of turned everything on its head. Everyone was just like, "Whoa, holy cow!" Just she's not going to form her own, or she's not going to take over Tango. Okay, well, that's a little bit strange to see, but yeah, sure, whatever. So, and at the same time, he's been in the game business for freaking ever.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of an interesting theory to entertain, that, you know, just some people are just like, oh yeah, you know, he's probably retiring.
Yeah.
Come on. I've got to reset up my skill so I can add my skeletal archers to my minion mastery armory.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a safe space. Sorry, bone armor. I don't need you. I need
bone armor.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one that we're going to talk about is the Ukrainian government wants atomic heart pulled, not only in Ukraine but worldwide. They have sent letters. They're going to send letters to Steam, Valve, Microsoft, and Sony, asking for the game to be pulled due to the, I guess, toxic nature of the game is what they are mentioning. I mean, yeah, not much more to say here on this, but I guess if you're the Ukrainian government, I mean, you don't want these types of games, I guess, releasing in your country when something like that's going on. But from what I've heard about the game, it's not a pro-Russia game, is from what I remember.
Yeah, I know the, I think it was the Ukrainian culture, Ministry of Culture had said that because they didn't openly say that they were against the war, that was a tacit admission that they were for the war. And it was kind of one of those things. It's like, well, that's kind of an interesting way of putting it. But you know, just one doesn't have to say whether or not they're for or against it. I mean, maybe they just don't want to be overtly political or something. And of course, I know some of the discourse from people was, oh well, you know, they can't say that they're not being political because it's a very political game. It's just like, okay. It's got imagery of like old, like an alternate history USSR, but that doesn't mean oh, you know, we're all about you know just talking about the Ukrainian war. So that was just kind of how some people saw it. But yeah, it's a little bit wild to see a country's culture, Ministry of Culture, kind of going out on the forefront saying, no, we gotta stand up and say something against this because as we won't stand for it. It was just like, wow, just maybe they take this a bit seriously. Okay, sure.
On to their defense, though, I mean, if you're in a war with a certain country and a game based in that country, I know they no longer work in Moscow, but that was based in that country makes a game. I kind of would want it out. I don't think I would want it in my country either. I mean, that I kind of understand that. But I guess the reason
it was
go ahead.
Yeah, though it was interesting because I think it was either 1 or 2 weeks before the game came out, the studio finally made an open statement about it, saying, "Hey, you know, just we don't condone the war. Just we've got lots of friends and family who are Ukrainian, so it upsets us that you know that our motherland is fighting with our Ukrainian brothers and sisters. So you know, just we've tried to refrain speaking on this matter because we don't want to really drag politics into our game." Which again, that's a completely fair thought for them to have, but it was one of those things that I think they were hoping that you know just they wouldn't have to you know make kind of an open or large discussion about politics, but unfortunately it looks like they've just sort of gotten dragged into the mass.
Yeah. Do it.
Okay, cool. That was awesome. Thank you, skeletal archers and my minion army.
Okay, we can't go in there.
Nope. Yeah, we're just gonna have to crawl through the map.
Yeah.
But yeah, as said, just kind of a wild time to see this whole thing going on. But yeah, just especially with you know now you've got international politics sort of thrown into the mix with this game now. But again, I understand where the Ukrainian Ministry of Culture is coming from, but just such a wild time. I never would have thought that, you know, we would have had a political discussion about this sort of a thing.
Yeah. But again, like, if we were in war with Russia, I don't think we would have any of their games being released in this country. So I kind of, I do understand it. I guess the only criticism I have is, like, the reasoning is kind of flimsy. But other than that, like, I can't fault them, is what I'm saying. Like, I understand.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I do as well too, but yeah, just I think kind of the wild part was just there was discussions that, you know, just this studio's getting active funding from the Russian government, or potentially the sales of the game were providing active funding for the Russian military. So, which again, I don't know the particulars of the studio, so I'm not gonna try to claim that, you know, I'm some sort of expert on this or anything, but yeah, just if there was substantial information on this, then, you know, absolutely, I get it. But just I personally can't find any clear information expressing a 100% link between the Russian government and this particular studio. So I'm not going to go out there and you know, just make a bold claim and say, yep, these guys are basically funding the Russian army, and that's what it is.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the next topic. Ori developer Moon basically came out in an interview and said that the next game that they're doing is going to be quote-unquote make or break for the studio. It doesn't sound like they're doing a new Ori, but what they're saying is they're doing a game that will hope to innovate in the action RPG types of games. I'll say this: if it looks as good as Ori, or anywhere near that, I don't think they'll have that much of a problem, because they have that great track record behind them.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, with this, to me, what it sounds like is they're spending a lot of money on this game. If it really is make or break for them, then you finished. Okay.
Yep. Found the rest of the enemies to go and blow up and murder.
Not ready yet.
Ah, corpse explosion. My God. Okay. Now I can pick a passive, second passive. Yay!
Well, some of us is level 20. Okay.
Yeah, I can't help it if I'm a bit of a min-maxer.
Okay. Let's get to the next area. We're going to go to the Shrouded Moors.
Okay.
Alright, next story coming up here.
I've been here alone for a while.
Okay, another sales talk. Elden Ring gets 20 million sales total, according to Bandai Namco. Not a surprise. Not a surprise at all.
Yeah, it was one of the most talked about games in 2022, so
Yep.
not really much of a surprise there.
Have been sighted in the land bordering Skarsglen. Some say they are part man and
But yeah, again, not too surprised about Elden Ring, but you know, just again, it was one of those things that it was one of the most talked about video games last year, so not quite too surprised to see that, you know, the game sold as great as it did. But at the same time, I know some people have said, you know, it is a bit of a surprise, considering it's one of those games that is a bit on the niche side, which to that I say, you know, fair play. So
Yeah.
but yeah, again, it's not really too surprising, but at the same time, I get why people would say that they are surprised due to the fact that, you know, it is a niche game, and I will concede to that point that, yeah, sure, I can most certainly get that, but again, just
My wrath
The game was also nominated for Game of the Year last year at the Game Awards, so
Yeah.
not surprised by the critical acclaim there. Yeah. All in all, just I would say, you know, just good on From Software and Bandai Namco. It's a success that they deserve, and you know, just all the more reason for it.
And if this game ends up having DLC, which if it does, then that means there's probably going to be a new SKU for it, and that will more than likely mean that it'll probably get more sales from that. So I wouldn't be surprised at this point if we come to find that this game gets 30 million sales when all is said and done. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Not ready yet.
Oh gosh. I was trying to wander to the objective.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I was too, but I kind of got.
No big deal. I'll circle to the blood cultist event that you're doing.
Not yet.
Okay. Cool.
Where is everybody? Oh, okay.
I hope you haven't brought bad fortune on yourself, destroying things like that.
Purge the blood vermin. Okay, there they are. Oh, hey, look! We've got corpses everywhere.
Nice. Jesus. Man. Can I do anything? What happened here? Wow. Okay. Well, that was fun.
Love it. Love it.
Okay.
Oh, Crepify rune. Gotta have one of those.
Okay. Next one is Microsoft announces deals with Nvidia and Nintendo. Nintendo is going to get COD for 10 years, and Nvidia is going to get access to Activision Blizzard titles on their GeForce Now service, is what it sounds like. So this sounds like concessions that need to be made for, I would say, the CMA and the EU to approve of merger. So if that's... this is not a surprise.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny too, because I speculated on some sort of concessions having to happen, mostly as a way to sort of stick it to Sony legally, because of course just one of the things that Microsoft had, or rather Phil Spencer openly talked about on social media was, hey, you know, we tried to open a dialogue with Sony about something, and you know, just Sony essentially told us in a legal sense to go piss off. So
Yeah.
Which isn't great for Sony because of the fact that just this ends up making their FTC complaint look a little bit weak.
Right.
And it's some very clever lawfare, to be honest, because they can pretty much just kind of shame Sony in court and say, you know, we were open that, you know, we'd love to work with Sony on this, and Sony legally told us to piss off, and you know, if they're telling us to piss off, then you know, just we really can't do much other than to say, you know, hey, we're trying to be nice. This is kind of crappy of Sony to be as you know, petty about this. But yeah, you know, just again, I think it's a clever lawfare play by Sony,
Right.
and because this does defang Sony's argument that, you know, oh goodness, Microsoft basically has a de facto monopoly by, you know, just being able to have this deal in their favor, which again, I know some people will argue, you know, there's only one opinion to have on this, and the opinion is that this is just a bad situation all around, which
Sure.
I think that there's more shades of gray to this than people realize, especially when you actually spend the time to read the contract between Microsoft and Blizzard Activision. It's really, really, really insane, the concessions that either party gets in the event that the deal just goes south.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't get the bonus.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, my corpse explosions just aren't strong enough yet.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's kind of my thought on the matter, especially with Nvidia with their GeForce Now service getting a concession that they will be getting Activision Blizzard games on their service, which again just that kind of rips the whole, you know, you guys can't allow this, you know, just Microsoft would get an unfair advantage. Well, you know, it's kind of one of those checkmate Sony sort of things, because again, you have essentially defanged their argument, and with defanging their argument, just Microsoft will get a leg up on this in a legal warfare sort of sense. So, but all I can say is Sony's best move would have been just to kind of, you know, play nice, keep their mouths shut. But right now we're in the arrogant story arc of Sony right now, so I'm not kind of surprised that, you know, Jim Ryan and crew decided to, you know, open their big fat mouths and go, oh, yeah, no, screw you, Microsoft, we don't want the deal. Because they could have just kept their mouths shut and said, and you know, been judicious and maybe said, hey, you know, that's an interesting proposition. We'll keep it in mind. We don't have an opinion yet, but you know, we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
That would have been the smart thing to do. And then at that point, you know, if it comes up in court, hey, did you ever give Microsoft a response? They can go, no, we didn't, but you know, due to discovery, we do have the documentation that we must disclose, and we will present the court with the document and our findings. And that would have been an easy way for Sony to have kind of fought back legally. But again, just we're in the arrogant story arc of Sony, so again, I am not surprised that this kind of blew up right in their face.
Yeah. Could we have a situation now where Sony loses COD, like, completely, if this goes through?
In my opinion, potentially yes, especially when we discussed, I think it was last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, that Bobby Kotick essentially threw Sony right down and under the school bus by saying, yeah, you know, just it's kind of Sony's fault that you know, just they're meddling in the deal. And yeah, I get it. Some people are going to go, well, you know, Bobby Kotick's a bad dude. Yeah, he is. But, you know, at the same time, this is also more just soft power warfare on Activision's part, because they want money. And when you actively cock block their avenues to money, they're going to fight back. They're not going to lie down and just take it. Wow, we got world first going on.
Where are these 6 guys?
Oh, we gotta go further. There's another area we didn't go, so because I see it on the map. But okay. Yeah, so that's kind of my take on why the situation is what it is. Because yeah, I think it's just a matter of circumstance that, you know, Sony has kind of kicked the hornet's nest with Activision, and well, Activision's not happy about it.
Yeah. It'll just be interesting with all this brinksmanship. They end up becoming so arrogant that they may just lose COD altogether on this. Or
yeah.
But
I would say maybe not losing Call of Duty, but maybe they end up shifting the goalpost and making Xbox the official esports platform. Right. And then just at that point, you know, just kind of give the middle finger to Sony and going, oh, PS5 was the official tournament platform? Nope, not anymore. It's all Xbox Series X now. So, you know, just now we got to get more people on Xbox. And then, of course, the gateway effect that happens is, you know, you've got people who end up kind of following where the esports pros and their friends are playing, and naturally that's probably going to be, you know, a bunch more people buying Xboxes in the meantime to go, okay, well, I gotta go where all the pros are, and pros are on Xbox, got it, gonna get me an Xbox.
Yeah. Speaking of pro gaming, Capcom has announced that the next Capcom Cup, the winner will win $1 million, and it looks like the prize pool is at $2 million right now.
Yep.
That's big. They're usually not that big, these cups, but I guess they're doing this because of the release of Street Fighter 6, correct?
Not yet.
Yeah, it looks like they are pretty much hedging their bets that Street Fighter 6 will be the esports game for the Capcom Pro Tour.
Yeah.
So if you want the points, you're going to have to really sit and grind in Street Fighter 6.
But it is interesting that they are putting so much money into esports in the Capcom Cup. I'm not even sure how much money that this makes them, or if this is just a loss at this point for them. But
I think Sony does help co-fund the tournaments currently, so there's that. And then of course with Sony now involved with Evo, that's probably another driver on this whole thing too. So more money being funneled in via Sony is kind of my thought on it. But again, that's probably more speculation on my part than anything.
yeah. Someone's getting all the big achievements for this.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of talk of everyone who wants to go world first, trying to really rush and get those notifications. So I assume that's happening.
All right, I'm at level 23.
Thank you. Corpse explosion.
It's looking like I am out of space.
Inventory space.
Looks like
okay,
it.
yeah, we can port back to town.
Nah, we don't have to do that. Let's do that. Let's finish this up first.
Okay.
Oh, wait, we already did. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's do the last one here. It's Temple of the Firstborn. And then we'll get to the final story here. And the final story is that Returnal doesn't seem to be doing so well on PC right now. Last week, VGC had an article that had their peak player count at 7,000. To be fair, Returnal wasn't a big sales. It didn't have big sales number on the PS5. But the sales I think it got was because it was one of the first games for the PS5. So I think that's why it got those sales at that point.
Yeah.
But
it's definitely not showing well for Sony's PC efforts because I think the Uncharted Thieves collection that had just Uncharted 3 or Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy didn't sell well either. So it's not looking good for these Sony PC conversions. And I assume there's probably going to be some people in the financial part of the company probably going, yo, are these ports even worth it at this point? And just it's definitely going to be hard to find a business justification, especially if you can't prove the numbers and everything. So the PC division definitely has its work cut out for them. They'll have to do a lot of kind of negotiating and maybe doing some verbal judo to try to prove that there is a business case for Sony putting in the work to port some of these games to PC.
I mean, to be fair, the choices that they've had aren't the strongest. Yeah, they do have Uncharted games, but they don't have 1, 2, and 3 on PC. And if you're not going to have those, it would be kind of silly for someone to expect somebody to get 4 and 5 when they haven't played the first 3. then, as much as I do enjoy Sackboy's Big Adventure, that really isn't that big of a sales game.
Oh
So-
yeah, totally.
Come on.
There we go. Nice.
Die, you demon. Alright, we
But-
still have to do the mission here.
Yep. But yeah, so I'm in agreement with you. The choices that they've made for things to port to PC have not been strong, and in some cases, the choices are kind of odd too. I know when the Uncharted collection for PC came out, and they didn't include Uncharted 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3 in this little collection, it kind of had me scratching my head because it was just like, you know, you've got a great opportunity to introduce more people into the Uncharted collection, and you guys decided not to port 1, 2, and 3. What a terrible business move, because at that point, you know, just the work's been done. Yeah, sure, you gotta massage it and, you know, just do some port work, but, you know, just do the port work and then set it up to be priced at, you know, maybe $70 for the entire collection, and, you know, there you go. And you've got a little bit of a moneymaker for a little bit of port work and effort. So, is it a guarantee? No, I'm definitely not in someone's or in Sony's business corporate architecture. So, you know, I'm not gonna pretend to say that I know the business in and out. But I would have thought at least you would have generated a little bit more interest, and at that point, the collection could have been priced at $70, and yeah, I'd have a gut feeling that there would be some people interested in buying the collection at $70 because they'd be like, oh, sweet, the Uncharted collection is available for the first time on PC. I want in.
Yeah. I like how you just, after I'm just doing all this attacking, and then you just come in and, oh, corpse explosion, boom, 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 boom.
Oh, gotta. Whoop, come on.
There you go. Yeah, this guy's kind of chunky.
Not ready yet.
Nephilim's gift.
Alright, so that was the last story. Any other thoughts or things that we haven't really talked about that you want to put your 2 cents in there, Zero? Uh-oh.
Kind of related to the fight meme stuff. Apparently on a call with the stockholders for WB Discovery, it was revealed that Mortal Kombat 12 is on track to come out this year, which was kind of an interesting mention that I saw kind of floating around online and everything. So yeah, I mean, kind of a neat thing to see for anyone who's a big Mortal Kombat fan, I guess.
Did I miss that? I mean,
I think we were just zooming through the stories that
Ah.
may have been something that kind of slipped your view.
Yeah.
Actually, we probably got to go maybe that way. I'm not sure.
we got a level anyway.
I can't carry anymore.
Dedicate their lives to the search. None believe that they would be the ones ready to save.
Yeah, it is kind of disappointing that we find out that it's coming through a sales call or like an investor call. There's no pomp and circumstance to it. But on the other hand, like, we kind of already knew this was coming. So, not that big of a deal, but yeah, this is like
I can't carry anymore.
forgot who said this, but this is kind of like the worst kept secret right now that a new Mortal Kombat's coming. So
Yeah. Nope, I don't think that's the way either, but that's okay. But yeah, kind of a
Jesus Christ.
low key reveal on the game being on track to come out sometime this year. But you know, I presume that most of the Mortal Kombat fans are probably excited by this confirmation, especially with Ed Boon having to delay announcing anything for a few rounds now, I believe, where he's been like, hey, I was gonna do something, but you know, I can't make the announcement, but all I can do is ask you to be patient, and you know, we got some good stuff coming, and that's about it.
Alright, where were we here?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay, I think we are on track to be in the right direction, at least from what I can guesstimate.
Yeah.
Everything has changed.
Not ready yet.
First, Belial was thwarted in Chaldeum. Then, Azmodan and Arian.
Level 25.
Their deaths shook the seven hells. The harbinger for the return of Diablo as the prime evil. Rose power was unmatched. He was
So, in regards to Mortal Kombat 12, E3 seems to be about the time they're probably going to announce that, right?
I would think so, unless the game is delayed and then they just save the announcement for EVO, since Mortal Kombat 11 will be at EVO this year, since EVO reveals were, I believe, earlier this week.
So, we're looking at, in the next 12 months, Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 12, and Tekken 8. Is there a shot that these games cannibalize themselves?
I know 3D fighters tend to be in a class of their own, in my opinion, so I don't really think there's too much concern there.
Okay.
But I know some people might feel differently about that, but in my opinion, that's my general thought. So I don't really see much I guess you could say cannibalization between say Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8. I don't see the cross or any potential like cannibalization of sales there.
Yeah.
NetherRealm games are kind of in a style of their own, because I know just some people are just not into Western-made fighting games.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct being the exception because it's a Western-developed fighting game that feels like a Japanese-made fighting game.
Right. I mean, you have a good point. I mean, when I think of Mortal Kombat, I think of something that's more casual to mid-tier when it comes to fighting games, whereas I would say probably Street Fighter is more of a hardcore kind of fighting game. But
Yeah.
does have broad appeal because it's Street Fighter. So, I think you might be right on that. Oh, what's in here?
Ooh, splendid chest. Too bad I'm full up on inventory.
Well, let me get rid of the stuff that I know I won't use. Oh, hold on. Let's get rid of you. And you. There we go.
Okay,
Alright.
There we go. Got some gold pieces.
Ready?
Yeah, should be.
Alright. Okay. And after that, I think we're done.
Yeah, I believe so.
But you never suspected I was more than what I seem.
Not ready yet.
kind of chunky.
Yeah, like chaff
Wow.
for the wind.
Uh-oh. Okay, so for next week, I think we're going to cover new releases for March, since March is coming up pretty soon. And then if there's any big stories that happen, of course, we will probably discuss that. So look forward to that. If you have suggestions for maybe we can do on segments on the show, let us know on the community tab or on the video for this. So if there's something you want us to cover, let us know. And yeah, once we're done with this boss, that will be it for the weekly dividend. If we do kill this thing.
I require more rest.
Uh-oh. Jesus. Nice.
Thank you, Corpse Explosion. You are a godsend for keeping the mobs under control. There we go. Nephilim's here. Yeah, let's do it.
Nice.
I only beheld it once.
Almost.
Seldom obeyed.
And got it.
Done.
On occasion, he was too ready to bring disorder to the angelic
Let's
host.
see what we got here.
When he first appeared, we did not know.
Gotta drop some
it was
blues
insidious
off and
threat, and focused our
try
attacks
to
on
make some
his
slot
mightier
for some of
brethren.
the gold
It did not
items.
take long before the angels themselves were beginning to turn on each other and question their leaders. By the
Out of
time we
room.
realized what had happened, the battle was lost, and it was too late.
Alright. Wow, okay.
I'm overburdened.
Okay. Alright. I'm ready to go.
Yep.
Oh, what's all this?
Oh, that's all the crap that I had to drop off.
Ah, okay.
Because I was like, I can't get all the gold items. Okay, well, guess I'm
Tin
gonna
can.
need to drop stuff off.
Alright. Let's look at what we got here, and then I gotta
Hey, lady.
salvage all my stuff first.
You should take a look.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably look at what I have before I salvage it. Is there something that will... Okay. Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Okay.
Man,
Salvage all the way. This Weehander? Did I really get rid of this Wee? Yes, I did. Okay. So then we're getting rid of the Weehander. Okay. Good enough. Okay. Let's get our...
Roderick Cash.
Where is it?
Unless we have one more mission to do. Yeah.
We do?
We have to do Stinging Winds.
Ah, okay. Okay. Why don't we do that, and then we'll call it.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Off to Stinging Winds.
I thought we did this. Wait a minute. Oh, we got lost. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not yet.
So while we're still recording, because we don't want to bore the people who are listening, I guess I got a question for you. It's not I have a question for you. It's I got a question for you. This is different. You gotta notice these things. I guess the question I'm having really is, what have you been playing? Since we really don't talk about what we play, really, because we don't really play the most recent games, maybe give our audience a clue as to what type of gamers we are. So, what have you been playing?
I decided to check out Chained Echo since it was one of those Xbox Game Pass games.
Okay.
And it's interesting for a German-made JRPG.
Okay.
If you're kind of into the JRPG thing, I mean, it's kind of neat. It's definitely on the short side because I think How Long to Beat has it clocked in at 30 hours just to complete the main story. So if you're looking for kind of a short-ish JRPG to play, that's probably not a bad choice at 30 hours. But again, it's quite an investment, so I 100% understand. Don't tell me we're supposed to go up.
We might.
That would be the irony of all things,
okay.
yeah. Because I was just like, alright, well, the arrow went away, so that's not a good sign. That means we've gone too far.
Yeah. Not here.
There we go, yep. Yeah, that was what it was, just...
Not yet.
Yeah, we went to a new area which had another... Yeah, which had another, what do you call it?
Zone, yeah.
Okay. Weird.
So...
Yeah, I have I'm a type of gamer nowadays. Like I used to play all sorts of different games, but now I guess what would you? Maybe not a comfort gamer, but a structured gamer, where I need to play certain games every day when I play games. So I play like the same games a lot. I mean, Zero, you know, I have a very unhealthy obsession with playing card games. So I play Gwent. I also play Marvel Snap a lot. That's the game that I end up playing a lot, almost every day, about 3 times a day. That's the game I mostly play. I'm also playing Honkai Impact 3rd. And it's interesting. It's a free-to-play Devil May Cry-like with waifus, I guess.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad. Like I was surprised at how much I'm liking it.
Yeah, it's got one hell of a waifu game.
Oh yeah.
For anyone who has played a lot of Genshin Impact, apparently Fischl is part of the cast, so she's got some crossover between Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact 3rd.
Yeah. And then with, I think, is it Zenless? Zen Zero is probably going to have a closed beta at some point.
Yeah, especially since right now I think there is a closed beta going on for Honkai Star Rail. Mm-hmm. And I know that there's a pre-registration period going on because I've seen a bunch of YouTubers saying, hey, you know, just, I'm doing a... I've got my referral code, so you know if you want like extra stuff, you know, use my referral code and you'll get like a bunch of extra gear and whatever. So I know that there's been that going on too.
Okay. Here we go.
Come on, corpse explosion, yeah. Let's go.
I want to also point out, I apologize for the technical issue we had on last week's Weekly Dividend. I don't know. I think I know what happened. I had to adjust the settings in Wolfenstein Youngblood, and I guess when I did that, the picture doesn't show up when you use OBS. So that's why we only could have the audio version. of the weekly dividend that week. So I apologize about that. I didn't mean for that to happen. I'm going to work to make sure it doesn't happen again. Am I making promises about that? No. But, you know, I think I figured out what the problem was, so I'm going to rectify to make sure it doesn't happen again. So, yeah. I just want to apologize on that. I just want to make sure you guys are aware. We know that kind of sucked, but, you know, it happens. And then, to be fair, also, we were playing Wolfenstein Youngblood. So, was it really that bad? You know?
Oh, and funny enough, I ended up actually finishing the game last weekend as well too, and it's a damn shame. So they added a post-game update in one of the later patches. I think it was several months after the game had come out, and the in-game patch ends up having you chase some of the like mystical Da'at-Yisold artifacts. Which in the Wolfenstein lore, those are like some of the like the forbidden magical artifacts that are almost kind of alien in like the amount of technology that they possess. And of course, like you do this quest at like end of beating the game and everything. And of course, you know, they make it out as, oh, you know, just you can do some really cool stuff, some really powerful stuff, and all. Also, it'll really juice up your power suits to really do some major damage. So, of course, like the initial thought I had was, okay, you know, cool, sounds great. Let me go ahead and do some of these treasure hunts, and it was just kind of like, okay, all I'm getting is skill points. Don't tell me like there's literally nothing else to this and everything. And yeah, sure enough, just. It doesn't do anything other than give you more skill points. So it was just like, really, guys, you had like massive potential to really do some interesting stuff with it, and
oh no,
and you guys basically did nothing with it. Wow, this is an absolute disappointment.
I wonder if they did nothing with it because it didn't sell very well. Oh, you did it. Oh, thank you.
Okay, let us go back and collect that Roderick cash.
Yeah, let's do it.
But yeah, as said, just it was one of those things. It was just kind of like, you know, maybe you guys didn't put too much effort into it because the sales were kind of crummy, and you know that's a fair reason to do that. But yeah, it's also a bit of a sad shame because I think if the game was a little better, maybe something substantial could have come out of it, but who knows? I mean, it could just be wishful thinking for all we know.
Right. What can I... Okay. I finally got shoulder pads. Nice. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. Where's the jeweler? This is the transmogrifier.
Towards the west.
Actually killed me. Of course, this was not.
Dude, I have a public school education. I don't know what west means.
And I imagine it would be my last.
Oh goodness.
Some would say that animating a constructed body with preserved memories is not truly coming back to life. I say those fools don't understand the sheer wonder of being Sultan Cool.
Alright, I've merged all the gems that I can merge. Sweet. Awesome.
Alright. Okay. Well, alright guys. Well, that is it for this episode of the Weekly Dividend. As we talked about, we will talk about the new releases for next month, next week. They'll probably be on Monday. And then whatever news story happens throughout the week, we will cover that. Tuesday, I'm going to be reviewing Top Gun Maverick. So if you want to head over to the Movie Club, the Movie Club channel and on the podcast feed, you can check it out there. So we look forward to you checking out and enjoying our stuff. So until then, this is Capital Games, the Weekly Dividend. I am the Wiz.
And I'm Zero.
We'll talk to you next time. Bye. Thank you for listening to this podcast segment. The Capital Games podcast is done every week, and we post it on all your favorite podcast apps, as well as segments on YouTube. If you want to listen to another segment, you can listen to a new one right there on the screen. We also do a movie podcast called the Capital Games Movie Club. If you'd like, you can go ahead and click on that and see all the movies that we have reviewed from that point. Thank you for listening, and we hope to hear from you soon.